At first, I was a little worried about this picture I'm using to show White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. And I was worried because the expression on her face as she looks at Donald Trump there with that sort of, I know you're going to do something that's going to make me have to do something look. But when I went through the pictures I could find, because I have to find them online, most of the shots of her looking like that are most of the shots of her looking like that. It's essentially the look she has on her face because she's always wondering what she has to do to clean things up. She has been doing this sort of work for her entire professional career, mostly in the Florida stage on local markets for her because she had young children. Once they got out of the house, she went to the national stage. Basically, that's when Donald Trump was like, yes, I need you, Susie Wiles, to work on my campaign, do my stuff, and brought her to D.C. in to basically babysit him. So it's the look on her face that worried me at first. But what really worries me is why she's upon this story. Susie Wiles does the best she can to not be involved in any story, to be out of the picture, off to the side. She is accompanying the president for many things, but basically is never the story. In fact, when the President Trump tried to introduce her at a large event at the beginning of her tenure, he was like, say something, Susie. And she was like, no, not going to happen. But because we don't know exactly what she sounds like, how she talks, and what she would ask for in those cases, this case right here is even more worrisome. Federal authorities are right now investigating a sophisticated impersonation scheme that targeted her, Susie Wiles, as the White House Chief of Staff. The perpetrator allegedly used artificial intelligence to mimic her voice and send deceptive messages to high-profile individuals, senators, governors, and business executives out there that would take her call because she works for the President of the United States. In these messages, they did not originate from Wiles' actual phone, but from a clone version of it that had her information pulled from it. Essentially, her phone was tapped, her data was stolen, and she had to, or someone gave up information on phone numbers that would be in her phone because she works for the President of the United States. This list of potential pardon recipients and some cash transfers as well were all included in that data. The impersonator believed to have access to the personal contacts, possibly through the breach of that cell phone, and with that, made some disturbing calls to many people who would take, as I said, Donald Trump's call. The breach is emphasized as serious. The FBI is looking into this right now. Director Cash Patel says safeguarding our administration's officials' ability to securely communicate and accomplish their president's mission is a top priority. So the White House is putting a lot of priority on this right now, the ongoing investigation to see what's going on, to include in many other cybersecurity issues and attacks going against staff members since they've gotten to office, this being the Trump administration. This particular incident follows a previous cyber attack on Wiles, which happened in 2024 in the campaign breach attributed to an Iranian hacker. Given that her influential role in Trump's administration, both during the presidential campaign, in her past working in Florida politics, and of course right now being the person who gets things done or gets people to stop doing things on the president's behalf, is a big deal. The compromise of her communications poses significant concerns about security and sensitive information and potential further exploitation on malicious actors in her phone and other people's phones going forward. It is a big deal. Knowing that someone was able to hack into Susie Wiles' account on her cell phone in a Rolodex, the old-fashioned way, maybe someone watched Taking Care of Business and stole her old book of names and went through it back and forth. Whatever happened, however they did that, first off was they were able to get the contact numbers of people that they could get stuff from. Second was, with just a little bit of her voice, they cloned her voice, made it able to actually speak on her behalf or speak in her behalf to ask for things. The technology used to steal her information, along with technology used to clone her voice, are both scary and a reality we must deal with right now. I have dealt with these AI voice generators things at various levels, and now sort of tooling around with one that has mimicked my voice to, in some ways, hopefully some days, make it easier for me to get work done because I can put the script in there and let the voice do it. In most cases, it's not quite perfect, but in good enough cases, it works very well. It doesn't do the inflection and some of the back and forth that you want to do in your presentations, like I may do something here, but it does give a nice, smooth, and very lifelike, realistic version of your voice, as long as you're only saying a few things in simple tones, like, can you do me a favor? Can you do this for me, please? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. As opposed to inflections that go back and forth that are natural. If you can say something in a dry enough, quick enough voice, and you said, hey, I need this from you, thank you very much, and hang up, it can fool you. It can fool a lot of people. And we will see how this thing will unfortunately fool a lot more of us in the future. but hopefully we'll find more tools to fight these in the future. As far as Susie Wiles goes, while we feel for her in the situation, regardless of what we think about President Donald Trump and what he's doing, we definitely understand what goes along with this and the dangers of having someone being able to falsify your voice, get into your contacts, and do very bad things with those things. This is larger than someone tapping into your phone book, your email address, and shooting out all caps emails, spamming people, asking for money. This is serious. This is bad. FBI Kash Patel will get on this one, and because I believe in the organizations in itself, I hope you'll get to some sort of resolution and some sort of answers on this very quickly so we have something to fight against. In the meantime, we know that if Susie Wiles is not safe, the Chief of Staff of the President of the United States is not safe. None of us can be safe from these sort of attacks, and they are truly attacks.